In today's fast-paced world where we're praised for working more, sleeping less, doing everything, the thought of slowing down seems counterproductive or just impossible. However, science and studies have proven that slowing down can actually increase your productivity, improve your mental and physical well-being. So I thought I'd give it a go. And I can say it's working quite well. I'd like to encourage you to do the same. Which, yeah, it does mean doing less, but you'll end up doing more.
We often find ourselves caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, constantly rushing from one task to the next. When we're constantly in a state of high stress and arousal, our bodies release cortisol. Slowing down allows our bodies to recover and reduces the harmful effects of stress. Just as plants need time to grow and flourish, so do we. Taking the time to slow down actually allows us to fully recharge and replenish our energy reserves.
Since waking up a little bit earlier, I've really tried to make the most of that extra time, and I found that the most joyful time is taking my dog for a walk. Instead of it being this rushed thing, stick in my headphones, listen to some music or a podcast, and kind of do it as quickly as possible. Like, I still take them for the kind of same amount of time. But before it seemed like a bit of a mission. Whereas now, it's not quite so much of a rush because of this simple thing of getting up earlier. I can take my camera stuff, I can take a coffee, I can take my mushroom book and do some exploring because everyone loves a bit of an adventure. This time it's just become so much more magical, and I found that not having my headphones in and just taking in what's around me, your senses are heightened. The birds are so loud, which is something that I've missed out on. You can really feel, if it's sunny, you can feel the sun on your skin and the warmth of it. And you can feel the cold wind on your skin, or the warm wind on your skin. The sounds that you don't hear, like I can hear my dog's little paws in the mud, and that just brings me so much joy that I'd missed out on before. So there really is something quite magical about slowing down, being quiet, being present and mindful in the moment. Started to listen to more podcasts and watch more videos. Ali Abdul, Matt Davella, Nathaniel Drew, Andrew Huberman talk about the importance of having time for yourself, having time to think. And I've been too busy to do that. I'm like, I can't do that. I am working all the time, or I'm too tired, or I'm going outside, I'm walking my dog. But it's different to when you're doing it mindfully and intentionally than doing it as a mission. Even though we know these things, it's actually doing it, which is a practice, and it's hard to allow yourself that time. Maybe you could do it with some things every day. It doesn't have to be a walk outside in nature. It's just being mindful with the task that you're doing, and being present has a positive effect on your mood. Listening to the trees and the wind, something that I missed out on before. You also hear about people saying, oh, I get my inspiration from nature when I go outside. And I've always kind of wondered, like, how? So you go outside in nature and look at trees, and then what, you just want to go home and draw a tree or something? I've never really got that until now. Because now I think it's not about, very literal, it's not about going out in nature, seeing a tree, or a deer or something, and thinking, oh, I'm going to go home and that's inspired me to draw a tree or a deer. The inspiration, I think, is when you allow your mind to stop and think. It doesn't have to be for creativity necessarily, but if you're struggling with something that you want to talk to your boss about, or your family, or maybe it is creativity. If you're constantly keeping your mind busy or numbing your mind, you're not going to allow the time to process, or the time to really think about it, practice that conversation. I also feel like it's quite easy for us to lose ourselves with being busy at work and that being celebrated, being busy in our lives. That comment of, oh, how are you? Busy? You're like, yeah, really busy. Oh, that's good. And it's like, oh, actually, I know I don't want to be ungrateful for being busy at work, because I am grateful. But also, if the reaction was, well, I do hope you're having time for yourself as well, then you would think, oh yeah, think about it more, rather than, oh yeah, I should be grateful that I'm busy at work. I should be grateful that I'm busy in my life. When you're constantly busy, you don't have time to think about your needs, and then you lose who you are, a sense of purpose, because you're just so wrapped up in whether that is you're constantly seeing people, you're constantly working, you're constantly go. This time where you just be slow, be quiet, just you have time to process, you have time to think about what you need, what you want in your life, which is crucial. I don't want anyone to feel bad if they do have time for themselves. Some people say, oh yeah, on my day off I didn't do anything, or I went for a walk and it was lovely, and blah blah blah. And the other person going, oh, that would be nice, I don't have time to do that. Then you're kind of making the other person feel bad that they are actually prioritising their own health and happiness. Perhaps celebrate that. Oh, that's good. So the other way round, to the busy thing. Don't just be jealous that they're prioritising themselves. And that's what I wanted to do for my birthday. Didn't really have any big plans apart from a dinner out. I didn't plan any big social gathering, even though that is important too. But my ideal time is with Marta and my dog, out in nature, no time limits, and just enjoying what we have where we live. It's very easy to get carried away with what you don't have, what other people have. I think once you get outside, appreciate what you do have. Your health, your dog, a bit of sunshine, it's a little bit warmer. I think it's very easy in this day and age to get caught up in the hustle culture. I'm a hustler, baby. Don't get me wrong, I think you have to work hard for certain things and certain situations. It's life and it's tricky at the moment. If you're working 12 hours, only getting 4 hours sleep, not eating right, not moving your body, then it's not sustainable. If you are feeling like you're stuck in that, I'm working my ass off and I'm not seeing any benefits, or I have to do this and I'm tired, please check out my other videos that I'm doing. They really don't take long. It don't cost anything to do these things. So I think they're achievable to do, and just to try and make your life a little bit better. Taking care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, you're just going to burn out, like I felt that I have done in the past 2 years. I reached a point where things got really tough and it just seemed like I couldn't get out of it. Whereas something switched. I think it was when I started to become more mindful, being more present. I was like, okay, there's something in this. I would like to do this more. I was worried that it wasn't going to be able to last, because sometimes I get into something and it lasts a week and I'm buzzing for it, and then I'm over it, and then I'm back to square one again. And that's the importance of sustainable things to do. Easy things, things that aren't too dramatic, that you can keep up. And if your reason is that I don't have time, don't have the energy, I really hope that you could just try it, because it's actually given me more energy, more motivation, and putting the right energy in the right things. When it came to my 1 day off a week, I would be so like, I just don't want to do anything. I want to just sit down, I'm so tired. I just want to watch TV, numb my mind, and then worry about the following day where I'm back to work again. I've kind of gone, do you know what? My 1 day off that I get with my partner, let's try and do something fun, just one thing together, maybe something that we've never tried before. Maybe it's just go for a walk, but more intention behind it, go somewhere new. And I've found that I've actually enjoyed my day off, because it's not just this numbing thing of distraction. We're doing something, we're present, we're together, we're appreciating that time, and then I have more energy to battle the next day at work again, because I've got something that I'm like, I actually did something, it was really fun. Get that dopamine hit, try and put little bits of that throughout your day as well. If there's something that you have to do that may be a little bit mundane, whether that's work or just life. Like my wife said, I actually really enjoy hanging out the washing in the morning, because I get to get the sunlight in my eyes. Generally it's quite quiet, you can hear the birds. And I was like, oh nice, because normally I don't really like hanging out the washing. But I kind of took that on the next time that I did it. And it was totally different. A different experience of enjoying the sun on my skin. Sounds of the little birdies. Feeling grateful that it was dry enough to put out the washing.
Right now, it's important for me to simplify my life and savour the present moment, finding pleasure in stillness, being content with things as they are, so not feeling like I have to chase new adrenaline-fuelled adventures to get my dopamine hit, increasing my baseline of dopamine and needing more and more. I find it useful to take a notebook with me to write any thoughts or ideas I have. I tend to remember them better when they're handwritten, plus it's just a little bit more romantic.
It actually feels a little bit uncomfortable sometimes just to sit and stop. Sometimes I worry like, oh, what if someone sees me and they wonder what I'm doing or disturb me or something. I'm not sure what it is, but there's definitely some sort of uncomfortable feeling of just sitting in the middle of the forest and not doing anything. But once you kind of get past the uncomfortableness, do it a few times, you just look around and see things that you don't really notice before. All the colours, especially when the different seasons, seeing the different colours. At the moment it's quite brown, but you're just starting to notice all the new little shoots coming through because it's starting to warm up again. And yeah, the birds are just so loud. Oh, how my birthdays have changed. You can't have that. Thank you. And Rocco is in his absolute element. Seeing him just sniffing around, exploring. This is where he's born to be. And it just makes me cry and warms my heart to see him having the time of his life. I need to cherish these moments with him because even though he's promised me he's never going to die, I have a feeling that he's not going to be around forever. Oh. I try to think back to when something changed in me. I think it was when I started to see loads of mushrooms in the forest in the autumn. And I just thought, I just want to learn more about mushrooms. I actually tattooed someone who is into mushroom foraging. So he recommended a book for me to get as my first mushroom foraging book. So I took that out into the forest with Rocco, and I don't know about you, but I cannot have music and stuff going on if I'm reading and trying to learn stuff. So that was the time when I first kind of took Rocco for a walk without my headphones in. And that was when the kind of mindfulness, slowing down, being quiet thing started. And I think that's what triggered all of this. Okay, if I actually slow down, this feels quite good. And I really enjoyed those walks with him, of a whole different meaning of going out and learning, looking at mushrooms, praying that we weren't going to die. We were very careful, and I did check everything with my mushroom guy, and if we weren't sure, we didn't eat it. But that was what started this whole journey of my quest for happiness and realising that I was actually pretty miserable. I don't think I would have done this had it not been for mushrooms and that thing of just switching off and realising how nice it was to switch off. So I'm very grateful to my mushroom guy, mushrooms, and living near the forest. I'm not sure you're meant to be eating that. Oh yeah.
So the next time you're feeling totally overwhelmed by the frantic pace of modern life, remember the profound benefits of slowing down. By embracing a slower pace, we can unlock a world of peace, health, and happiness. And who doesn't want more of that?